All right, we are live. We are excited. We are fired up. Oh my gosh, I cannot get enough collagen talk. You guys agree? Comment in the chat below in the comments if you are fired up and excited about collagen and can't wait to get your hands on it. I can tell you, Kathy and I, we're in our 50s. We won't say what year. Someone may or may not have just hit a new milestone today. Kathy.
Yeah.
She's closer to 60 than I am. But we have the incredible, amazing Sara Richter with us. We love her always. And when she shares her wisdom and mic drops with everything nutrition and products, she is the Senior Manager of Global Product Innovation. We love that. And education at Isagenix Corporate. She's been with Isagenix for 9 years. She is a nutritionist by education. She's worked in R&D, so many areas, so knowledgeable. And this is really exciting. And we know Mama Savage over here, she loves marketing. I mean, I would really consider her a marketing expert, an innovator, always looking for ways to take our marketing to the next level. And we thought, how fun would it be to get on a call with all of you? And which, by the way, this is where this call is going to be positioned today. Because I know many of you are thinking, gosh, it would be so great to have a call that we can put out there to our prospects. We'll get there, but we need to educate all of us first. So that's what this is going to be about. And we're going to ask Sara some really great questions, but really focusing on how do we take the product information, which builds our belief, which is so important, right? To make us 10 feet tall and bulletproof in our belief in our products. But then how do we take that into language that will be compelling, concise, and simple and easy for our prospects? So who's down for that? So Kathy, take it away.
Oh, well, Lynn, I can't believe you're in your 50s, but 50 is the new 30. So to say we're in our 50s, it's really not a big deal. I think it's actually the new 20. And the fact that we're very immature in a good way, everybody thinks we're younger. But Lynn is absolutely right. And, something I can say briefly about Sara is I'm so picky about people in the nutrition space because I've spent 30 plus years in it. And Sara, when Sara and I met, I'll never forget it. I was like, she's the one. Yes, finally we have someone who gets it, who has philosophies, who's clear. Because sometimes people like to use big words to make you think that they know what they're talking about. And Sara has that way about her of being able to deliver the messaging the right way so that everybody feels confident and comfortable with the explanation. So that's what I love so much about Sara. And this is not, Sara has done what in nutrition, everybody, in a perfect world, you want to work in R&D, you want to work in deliverables, you want to work in marketing. It's so important and it's rare. So we have hit the jackpot because Sara is an expert in all of this. So Sara, we know, as a field, we're all excited about collagen. We do. We know it. But there's going to be things that we need to know, buzzwords we need, and how to talk about this as if it's our best friend. And we cannot be Sara. We can't, and we don't need to be because we have Sara to help guide us. But what would you say are the most important things that we as a field, given the fact, let's just pretend none of us know about collagen, what would you say are the most important bullet points that we need to know right now to initiate a conversation with a potential customer?
Sure. All good questions. And thank you so much. I have the utmost respect and admiration for both of you. So thank you. Thank you. And there's always a couple of ways you can go about it, right? And always too, it depends on who you're talking to, who your audience is. But I think with our collagen elixir, the main points I would keep in mind or keep in your back pocket as you're talking to people would be the type, right? The marine collagen type 1, right? Marine collagen is type 1 collagen, and that just has the most support, the most science for showing the skin benefits. And not that you have to go deep into the science of, the studies or the types, whatnot, but I think just knowing that marine really is the best for the skin if you want it. So when you're talking to people or who might already be using collagen, and not to say that we're the only marine collagen source out there, but the way that we're putting it together, in the final package and the final product absolutely makes it something stand out. So I think the green type 1 collagen for skin would be number one. But then also too, kind of, you know, just getting away from the ingredients for a minute or the science. I think the delivery, and I wish I had a bottle with me. My boyfriend actually finished all my samples. Believe it or not, this is a product for men too. But I think the delivery is really neat and a little bit novel at this time. There's not that many shots. And the ones that are there, I will say there are some high-end beauty brands that have them. They're a lot more expensive. And when you look at the ingredients, they're not even as good. They're not even providing the amounts that we are. So I think we're kind of re-innovating into the fun to take collagen shot space. And it's really pretty, you know, it's a cool product. It's sleek. It looks good. So I would really play up that too, of how are you getting your collagen? Is it a boring, just unflavored powder, which there's nothing wrong with that. And not to say that we may not do that down the road, like a shake booster. But at this moment, I think that the delivery also is super, super cool. So I think I would focus on type of collagen and then also just the delivery and the coolness and the beautiness of the shot.
Right. Okay.
Well, and speaking to that, if I could interrupt for a second, you know, if you think about some of the collagen in other forms, you know, it could be in a big bottle, it could be a glass bottle, but every single time you open it up, there's oxidation. Thank you. And breakdown of that product. So, I mean, not only is it just really cool and simple and easy, I mean, it really makes the product so much more efficacious, right? I mean, it's not going to break.
Yeah, you could point to that, you know, when we're talking about liquid collagen, that, yeah, there is, every time you open that bottle, whatever bottle it's in, there's going to be gas exchange, and there absolutely could be degrees of oxidation or breakdown of those ingredients. So with this single serving shot, you're going to consume it very quickly. You know, you're going to recycle the glass bottle when you're done, you know, one and done, you're not going to have any of that. So that's a really great point too.
I think that's a huge point on a marketing level. And, you know, one of those things, before Sara goes on, let's kind of review what she said. And so on a marketing level, this would be something that we would ask a potential customer. Like if they're already using collagen, we can say, well, what type are you using? Because now we know that type 1 marine collagen is absolutely impressive. How is your collagen delivered? That's another good question. Even what Lynn said too is, now, is it a one and done, or because you know what can happen when you have the bottle? I mean, these are the type of things that we can say to people because we know.
No spoon.
Yeah, no utensils. So what, do I need a utensil for this, Sara, or do I just swig it like a whiskey?
No, I mean, unless you're using a champagne flute, right? And you want to maybe sip on it, right? Which you're still consuming it pretty fast. I wouldn't worry about oxidation there. It's more, when it's a bottle that lasts like a month and you're opening, right? It could be back in the fridge and whatnot. You know, another one is what else comes with your collagen? Is it just plain collagen, which there are a lot of collagen supplements out there that really are just collagen, and that's fine. But if the goal is to give our body what it needs to make its own collagen, because really that's why we consume collagen, because it helps our body make its own. However, though, the amino acids and providing your body with collagen and the amino acids within collagen isn't necessarily enough. You need more. The body needs more components to be able to draw from to make its own collagen. So when you look at collagen elixir and even our collagen bone broth, which we can talk about that a little bit later, but it's not just collagen. And specifically with collagen elixir, we're putting in zinc and vitamin C. And those are both necessary components for the body to make its own collagen. So right there too, we're giving you the body even more of what it needs to make its own. So I would also ask, what else is coming with that collagen?
So let's just kind of review that, guys. Sara just mentioned zinc and vitamin C. Two huge components that are in the news right now that we all need in this crazy world that we're living in. You don't have to pick up any specific journal or watch any television show or read any holistic review that says zinc and vitamin C are essential right now. So the fact that we have that also in our product is another marketing unique positioning. Now, okay, I'm going to ask this one because this is huge. This is a big one, the big P word, protein. So if collagen is a protein and we as associates, brand ambassadors, we want to ask customers who maybe potentially are already having collagen from another company, would it be a great thing to ask them how much protein is in your current product? Because it's really good to have a specific amount of protein in the collagen protein since it's a protein. So in other words, is it a good thing to ask people that, knowing that we are over what you even need on the daily?
Yeah. And that you could ask it different ways, either total protein or total amount of the collagen peptides, right? And I know it is kind of confusing, but collagen is a protein, right? And collagen peptides are going to amount to actual protein grams. So they are interconnected. So you could go either way, how much total protein are you getting of that collagen, or how much of the collagen peptides are you getting? Because that's really where it's at. And even I'll use the example, the collagen bone broth, okay? We have 8 grams of collagen peptides, which is a great amount. But then when you look at the total protein, I believe it's 9 grams, because it's not all the protein is not from the peptides. There's also just plain bone broth protein, which is fine too, but that's why there's a slight variation. But again, not to go too much down that rabbit hole or to confuse people, pay attention. Yes, total protein, but then also of that protein, what are you getting of the collagen peptides? Because that's the ingredients that you really want. And when we talk about really any type of collagen peptides, I mean, there's some science that, you can get down to about maybe 2 grams, 2.5 grams, maybe even 1, but that's pretty rare. But if you're not at least at that baseline level, that product, you're going to have to double up. You're going to have to triple up. You're going to have to quadruple up if you want to get the real, efficacious benefits. So when you look at ours, we've got 5 grams of those collagen peptides. And that is both above what studies show to be effective with the marine peptides, but also there's great studies also that those 5 grams a day are going to get you results, going to get you benefits. So yes, absolutely. But one thing too, I want to clarify with the protein, we do kind of need to think of, I just don't want people being like, ooh, collagen protein is my only protein.
Right,
because, right? It's not a complete protein. It's not like our whey protein or our combined plant proteins that are complete, that are going to support your muscle, all of that. I mean, think of collagen protein as that just, very particular, specific, dialed into your skin, your joints, and all these other benefits. But yes, it is an important distinction.
Right.
Well, okay. More a continuation of our isogenic story. I mean, I love it. I mean, the more I'm hearing from you, Sara and Dr. Plant, I just think, wow, like this works so synergistic with our isogenic story and the art of well-being and all of that. And it isn't just one thing. It's not just our collagen elixir. Our bone broth is incredible. It's a different type of collagen. And then to complete that story, of course, making sure we have our supplemental shakes every day to make sure that we're getting those complete proteins. So,
well, and think of it this way too. I mean, for years, and even though we don't have, specific science, how many people have you dealt with who have had just wonderful weight loss success using our system? And they were very surprised at how their skin, they didn't end up with all this extra saggy skin, which of course, again, we've never studied it, but we internally think it's due to the combination of not only fasting or cleanse days, but then also probably our protein, like the whey protein. So all these things together. So now throwing in something like the marine collagen and also the collagen bone broth. I mean, yeah, it really is like, I mean, it's more icing on the cake. Right. So it is a really great addition.
So glad you brought that up, because I remember Holly DeMont when she lost 90 pounds. And this is when I first came in. And even some of the gals that I was meeting through Isogenics when I first started, I was absolutely shocked to see that component of not the typical massive drastic weight loss and having all those after effects. That is something that has always been a part of Isogenics that's impressed me as well. So glad you brought that up. I wasn't even thinking of that, but you're absolutely right. And now this is just the icing on the cake, like you said. So
well,
I love that.
Before we move on, Sara and I were going back and forth, Kathy, about just kind of looking at what's out there, and like she said, we're not the only marine collagen. So what else is out there? And there was one that's kind of, you had a good term for it, Sara, but it's more like widespread, like available to everyone, but it was just marine collagen powder. And when you look at the nutritional label, like that's all it is. That's it. And she said it's kind of like what did you compared it to?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I was talking, well, I mean, I break things down because, we're in a business which I love, where people are selling our products and you get so much more. It's almost like the limo service versus the yellow cab, right? And yellow cab, nothing wrong with it, but it's the straight to consumer, the mass retailers. You can get it at CVS, you can get it, wherever. Whereas we are a little bit more exclusive, a little bit more. We provide a lot more service. We provide a lot more support. So yeah, to me, it really is. It's a limo versus
and it was just that there's no zinc, there's no vitamin C, you guys. So we're trying to help you. So if someone says, hey, I can get this at CVS and it's marine collagen, what's the difference? Well, you don't have all of these supporting botanicals and the zinc and the vitamin C that have been proven through studies to help your body make its own collagen. So it really helped me to understand that, Sara.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Love that.
Yeah.
Let's go direct with some other products on the market. Some people are loving the fact that some other products contain CLA, hydrolonic acid, stuff like that, someone not knowing a lot about collagen might think that that's something that you absolutely need in order to have lasting results. Can you speak to that with those two trending?
Yeah. So CLA does have some support for supporting markers of weight loss. But here's the thing. I mean, if we're going to focus just on that first, I mean, sure, it might be a great supportive ingredient, but unless you have the real things to back that up, like nutrient dense shakes, intermittent fasting. I mean, all of it, no nutritionist will ever say you can only take one ingredient or one product and you're going to get weight loss. Like it's kind of a hooey. So you got to have that system to really back that up. But again, not to say that it's a terrible ingredient. In fact, we have it in, we use it ourselves, but I wouldn't call that the star for weight loss. As far as hyaluronic acid is a great ingredient, right? It does help with the hydration and kind of the plumpness of our skin. We wanted to go more the vitamins, the minerals, the other botanicals. So we opted not to use the hyaluronic acid. And here's another thing to consider is that hyaluronic acid, as opposed to collagen, right? There are skin topical products that have collagen, but it's really not effective. It's better to ingest it. Hyaluronic acid is not. I use hyaluronic acid on my skin. So whether you're ingesting it or you're putting it on your skin, you're still going to get that benefit from the hyaluronic acid. So I would say just make sure it's in your skincare and you're fine.
I'm so glad you said that because that's huge, guys. You don't have to ingest it. It's one of those things where it kind of provides that natural barrier. I remember, back in the day when I had time to do a lot of facials, that a lot of the estheticians would say that to me. And it's just so ironic now that it's coming up. But that is one of the things that, if you have a great skincare line L'Oreal has that stuff. It's not this secret buzz ingredient that's going to make you look like J-Lo the next day. It's just not the product. It's just trending. So it's kind of a popular one right now because I don't know this for a fact, but you may know this, but it's not like this expensive ingredient to add to anything because it just seems like every product has it these days. So I don't know if it's like a luxury style product, ingredient rather, not ingredient, but you know what I mean, component.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not crazy because it's very widely available. And again, as long as it's in your skincare, which just say we have more good stuff coming as far as the topical and
yes, we do.
We'll deliver the hyaluronic acid. Don't you worry.
Yes, we do.
Regarding the weight loss component, I mean, this is one of the things that I really think separates us from the rest is we're not a magic bullet, magic pill, magic potion company. We're about long-term lifestyle, art of well-being. And you guys stand tall, stand proud in that. I mean, we are not claiming to put an ingredient in something and saying that, your weight's just going to fall off your frame. I mean, we know that that is not sustainable and accurate and true. So I love our whole story of what we have and how collagen really adds to that. And I don't know if I'm reflecting.
No, oh my gosh, no. And I wish you're absolutely right. And I've been thinking about that lately too, because yeah, I mean, we have probably one of the best systems for weight loss. And I know we started as weight loss, and most people do associate our system with weight loss. But as we know, it's not just for that. You can adapt it so that it's just supporting your daily healthy living, or, if you're really getting in shape, wanting to maximize that. So it's such a customizable system. But when it comes to weight loss, I don't know why anybody would look anywhere else. I mean, not only do we have the years and the thousands of the before and afters, the personal testimonials, but the clinical science that we have and that we're continuing to do. We're continuing to do studies. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, why anybody would go anywhere else? I don't know.
You know what it is? It's like when you drive I don't have a Rolls Royce, but when you drive a Rolls Royce, you just drive it and you're just like not worrying about all the little, cheap cars on the road. Or when you're shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue, you're not really thinking about the Dollar Tree store. So we're kind of Saks Fifth Avenue, and we're not really worried about the hype that it's going to take to buy a less than product. So on a marketing level, guys, when you see a lot of hype around someone, and I'm not talking about publicity or marketing, I'm talking about straight out hype, what like Lynn was just saying, like, I took this and yesterday I woke up 10 pounds lighter, or those type of claims is a red flag for anything. When we're not even just talking about collagen, we're talking about like TMZ, National Enquirer, like people have to hype stuff up to sell it because they just don't have the validation that Sara just said. They don't have 18 years of validated transformations. People are killing for that type of research and killing for that type of validation. And a lot of these startup companies, especially collagen driven, they don't have it. So what do? They got to hype it up. They got to like do the show because what's in the back isn't there yet. And so we don't have that problem. We're not a startup. We have 18 years of validation. And this is just like Lynn said, the other thing on a marketing level too, Sara, because you know the story of Isogenics. Like the way Isogenics began, the whole beginning of like Ionic Supreme being that pioneer in stuff that wasn't even on the market then. And now to this, like how would you connect the story of the way we started to where we are now?
Yeah, no, that's a really great question. And I do think about that often. And I'm so thankful for and have the utmost respect for our founders, right? I mean, because Jim Coover was in the business of adaptogens. I mean, he helped bring them over really to the Western world from, what used to be Russia. But then also too, he was, behind a system of fasting and nutrient-dense meals. So it's kind of the story of him, of his own personal health journey, but then also his business journey and business expertise, but then bringing it to Isogenics and starting a new one along with John Anderson, bringing in, and really putting it together and, tying it with a bow. So starting there. But then here we are today. I mean, over the years, even before I joined, we were already launching more products to support this original system, to expand on it. And so the way that I see is that Isogenics really is all about making optimal nutrition easier, better, more achievable for more people. I mean, really, that's how I look at it is, yes, it might be a system that addressed weight loss at first, but long term and the way that people use it, really it's helping us all feed ourselves better, which I think we could all recognize that we all, we need to help with that. But also making like targeted nutrition that goes above and beyond just daily, micronutrients, macronutrients, what have you. But like, how do you make nutrition more functional, more targeted, and more effective to have these specific benefits and results? So, and I think that's always been my frame of mind when we're coming up with new products is follow the science, because that's really what we were founded on as well, intermittent fasting, nutrient-dense meals. So as long as we follow the science of what ingredients, what nutrients, what works, but then we're making it easy We're making it, fun, taste really good. And also, I mean, even though we are like the Rolls Royce, we're pretty cost effective. Like we're not, when you really break it down, we're making it, again, achievable and something that people can bring into their daily lives and make it a lifelong nutrition partner. And really, it's about feeding ourselves better. So kind of a long-winded, all over the place answer, but I think it's, it's baked into us that we're always going to be about evidence-based nutrition and really just nutrition that helps you, me, whoever, just be their best selves, live their best lives, and, really get the most results and benefits they can. That makes sense.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Would you mind maybe chatting about, I know the term has been used, clinical dose. So you talked early on about the studies on marine collagen and how, it really is most like the skin, the human skin. And so then, of course, with the zinc and the vitamin C, we're able to build our own collagen. It helps to do that. But I think the studies, Josh was maybe saying around 4 grams, because again, just really equipping our field to know that, okay, there's these other collagens out there, but if you look and you see the protein and there's probably less than 1 gram, and a lot of them, they would have to have, 4 to 5 of their servings to equal ours. So maybe you can speak to that.
Yeah, and there's a couple of ways, clinical dose, or you might hear efficacious dose. That's basically what that means as well, or therapeutic dose. I mean, there's not really a standard or a science textbook definition. I mean, basically it just means, what's the amount that studies have shown? But there's not like a standard, because it depends on what type of collagen you're using, what else is coming with it, as far as whether or not maybe a product will have an effect. But definitely it's clinical dose. When it comes to skin, marine collagen, yes, we are right in line with what the study shows, and even we're a little bit more. Here's the thing too, especially like, if you want to be, or don't be like me, but I love to look at products. Like any store I go into, health food stores, I will spend hours, and sometimes I don't even buy anything. I think I get dirty looks all the time because I just go and I look at products and I take pictures. But if you look at a lot, especially with collagen, a lot of the products popping up, because there's collagen water, there's collagen effervescent little tablets, there's collagen everything. But yeah, when you look at those products, a lot of them are just little sprinklings of collagen, like not even 1 gram in the milligram amounts. And really, again, that's not a clinical dose. That's not, not to say that it's not going to, do anything, or it's a little bit of collagen. But really, why not? If you're going to use it, if you're going to pay your money on products that are going to, for that, get something that is going to have an effect, and get something that is going to be efficacious or effective at doing what you want it to do. So that's really, when you look at a lot of our products, that's what we do. Our protein, so we're all about following the science and making sure that the amounts that we put in are going to have a benefit and a real effect. So that is a really important point.
I love it. I have a question about, and we don't have to get into specifics, but there are people who will say, well, is our collagen patented? And last time I checked, we don't own the waters in Scandinavia. So it's kind of a silly question. But when you have people like in the marketplace of collagen who are saying, it's patented, I think it's really important for people to understand what that actually means in the nutritional space. And I'll tell a quick story before we get the real answer from Sara. When I first started before I started with Isogenics and I did a lot of TV work, I got a supplement contract. And Sara, I think I've told you this story. And so I got all excited and thought I was going to have my own line. And I was really, really full of myself, thinking like, oh my God, I can create something. I can make it all natural. And when I got further in negotiations with the ingredients, I realized that they were all made in the same manufacturing plant. They went down the little funnel, and at the end, one label said something, the next label said something, and then it was mine. And it was all the same thing. It was just what we call white label. And white label is rampant in the beauty industry, the makeup industry, and nutrition space. So in other words, I was getting something that didn't have the stuff that I wanted in it. And it was just out there for anyone to have. So what my deal was a white label contract where I could get it anywhere. So I know that's rampant in the collagen space, but could you speak to how we can address that as a field? I mean, I can tell my story, and you guys can tell my story too, but what can we say as a field that would speak to that? Because I think that's what people think you need to have, you know.
Yeah. And patents, I don't want to say patents are so the 90s, but no, really. And actually, it used to be easier, and whatever the patent board or whoever controls that, it used to be that you could get patents on ingredients, whatnot. Now it's a little bit harder to get patents, and it's more related to the processing. I'm no patent expert either. So that's why you don't see a ton of we're not hearing patents all over the place like maybe we used to, which is fine. And not to say that patents don't have their place, but kind of like you said, yeah. I mean, when you hear it's patented, why isn't yours patented? I mean, it's not that strong of a point to make. And also, yeah, I would, when a company or a brand says they're patented, I would maybe look a little deeper, and you might see that patented ingredient doesn't have to do with that brand or company. It has to do with the ingredient they're using, and you can get that ingredient. You can get it at CVS. It is, and I say it's a bad ingredient, but I don't know if I would be touting it as like the company, the brands. It's the ingredient that they're buying themselves to use in their product. So, yeah, whereas I like that we are more, okay, we're gonna take the high quality ingredients. We're going to put them together in our own recipe, if you will. That no, it's not white label. It's not, you're not going to find it elsewhere. It's got our stamp on it because we're putting these ingredients together. And no, it doesn't have a patent, but it's got an efficacious or a clinical dose, right? Clinical dose of marine collagen. It's got the right type, and it's got all these other things too. So patents, schmatents.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're on this call, whether you're listening live or on the replay, be prepared for that. Because again, white label, Scandinavian waters. Sorry. Yeah. It's just, it's so TMZ. Like it really is. It's like really slick. And when I say good marketing, it's not good marketing. It's slick marketing, because it's ambiguous reference for you English majors out there. It's a misplaced modifier to say that a product is patented. No, they're not, but some of the ingredients they use are. So be very clear on that, and don't let that steer you, because exactly what Sara said, it's really about the unique, individual, one-of-a-kind recipe that we're putting together, and it's based on science, not a manufacturing plant.
Yeah, well, no, and you're making me think it's like sensationalism. Right? Yeah. Journalism or literature. I mean, and it's kind of preying on our human tendency to get, oh my gosh, you did this one thing and you got this, and ooh, I want to check it out. But probably as what people will learn after a while is I'm spending a lot of money on this, maybe one product, and I guess it's maybe having benefits. I don't really know, but that's all you're getting. Where again, I would always point back to, sure, if somebody just wants to use collagen elixir, they can. But you have so much support and so many ways you can go with our products line and our system that, I mean, I would lean on that, lean on all the rest of the isogenics.
Well, and the results, I mean, we don't have it here yet, but we've seen it out of Australia. We've seen it in Vancouver. And at the end of the day, that speaks. I know I was just talking yesterday with someone who had tried a collagen from another company, and she and her sister took it for quite some time, did before and after pictures, and literally could see no difference whatsoever. And we're seeing these dramatic results. And maybe you can talk to that and something, and maybe just, what should we be taking 4 pictures of?
Well, actually, and I think we'll have more on that, because I'm not really a pro in that myself. But I know, I mean, really, if you're gonna, I mean, I guess you got to kind of look at your face, see where maybe you need a little, little help. But obviously I would focus on, around the eye, kind of where your crow's feet are, maybe the smile lines, maybe the forehead. I know, I have them myself. So really kind of pick out where you think you could maybe see the most, benefit or results, and then, go from there. But I believe we're going to have better instruction on doing that, like from some like actual skincare experts.
Well, Kathy Clover said, didn't Kathy tell us last night, Lynn, like, take a picture of your crepey skin. I was like, oh.
Yeah, like your neck, area. And then the other thing I know for her is it was her arms and really the firming. So just think about anywhere we have skin, which is everywhere. But you just want to make sure you take a good quality before picture. And when you take the after, to try and do the same angle with the same type of smile or the same look, in your eye, whatever it happens to be, because it looks.
Yeah. Well, also I will say, because look, I'm not hugely I don't always like to put myself out there, and even though of course your own results are going to be the best because it's you yourself, and that's what's so great about our community too, is that you're going to be able to lean on others' results, and examples, so that you don't always have to show yourself, but there's going to be. I mean, like you say, we already have so many great examples, men and women from Australia, and just wait till we get it going in the US too, or North America.
How about hair, like hair, eyebrows, eyelashes, that sort of
thing? Yeah, I mean, because that's actually, we did put in, there is biotin in the collagen elixir. So that is, a classic hair, skin, nail vitamin. And there's 100% of your daily value. So that's not a bad amount at all. So absolutely. And really, it's interesting, but I did hear yesterday that somebody in Australia showed a before and after of their eyelashes.
Yeah.
And they're insane, which I tell you what, I just spent a pretty good sum of money on one of the main eyebrow, which for one, I am the worst with certain products. And if I can't, anyway, I got this really expensive product and it's sitting on my counter because I forget to use it, which is, So
I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid to use that stuff. I feel like I'm going to grow a horn or something. Like when they say, use this and then it grows your lashes. I've never done that for pure fear.
I know. Well, I'll try anything, but I will say I'm a lot better to do it with a shot that tastes good, that to your day.
Yes.
Better. And then let's talk about Botox. I'll be honest, I've given Botox a run before, not regularly, but I've tried it. And yeah, sure, it does work, but it is wicked expensive. I could never keep up with that on a every 3-month basis. And then not only that, every time that I've gotten it, I've ended up not liking it because it does kind of mess with your I have ended up okay, I'm glad that this is temporary and it gets on you, because no, you do end up kind of with the Botox face.
Yeah.
So again, why not do that naturally and with a product that, isn't going to give you weird eyebrows or stuff like that.
Or do you guys remember Kenny Rogers? I think he just passed away. He had so much Botox that his face, your eyes start sinking in. And I'm going to put it out there. Lynn's going to roll her eyes because she knows how I do this. I proclaim this on every call. I have never, ever had Botox ever. And I'm 57. And I'm not saying that I probably couldn't use it, because I'm not saying my skin's all that, but I'm just afraid to do it. It's not that I judge, because I have 25-year-old clients who do it. So, and again, I don't judge it. It's just, I'm so afraid I'm going to be that person who ends up, I don't know, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm afraid to do it, but you're right. It's expensive. It's one of those things where people feel pressured to do it. But when you do it this way, when you radiate from the inside out, it just is a different look, like you just said. It's a different look than that Botox look. And, but you know what? I want to go back to something super quick, Sara. What you just said is the synergy of our products. I want everyone who's listening to this to imagine having a complete protocol for well-being. It goes so far beyond nutrition, because it's a protocol for well-being. It isn't just the collagen. It's the quality of our shakes. It's the ionics. It's the cleansing. It's a myriad of things all synergistically flowing together And it just makes sense. Like, it makes sense that we're in this category right now because it's the evolution of isogenics. And that's what I feel kind of bad for people who aren't a part of what we do, because they're missing the whole point of how things work synergistically. We're not a one-hit wonder. We're not Milli Vanilli. We're never going to sell one product. Everything makes sense. Everything. And the natural progression and where we're going just fits the whole story, not just a little piece.
Yeah, no, and I can't tell you, even now with what we're going through as a world, I love having isogenics. Like, I have hit the wall with cooking, and I love to cook. I love to, eat healthy, and I do, but I just, oh my gosh. So to have our system, our products, and to know, it's been really like a lifesaver for me. And it's probably is the thing that's keeping me going. Another thing too, I'll point out, because I've been hearing from some people that maybe left isogenics and gave other product lines a try. And I've gotten a few messages saying oh my gosh, I miss our shakes. No shakes compare. I miss the products because they're so good. So, it's kind of like the grass is not greener on the other side. And, we just have such a great thing. I don't know why people don't, and not everybody has it, or people just think otherwise. So.
Of course I can't. I think Kathy might be frozen, but I'll take over this here for a minute. And Kathy, if you need to leave and come back to unfreeze, feel free to do that.
Okay.
But to her point, as far as how it all synergistically works together, just to reiterate for those of you that haven't heard Dr. Plant, is that collagen is the most abundant protein in our body. It's the most abundant. And as we start aging, every day that we get older and older, our body isn't able to make it like it used to. And so, even starting young and supplementing, and then again, having all these great ingredients that really help to support us making our own collagen. And maybe you can talk, Sara, about the collagen bone broth and how great those two work together, because after learning that and on your call the other day, I really want to make sure that every collagen elixir client also gets some of the bone broth.
Yeah, for sure. And so really it is about, when it comes to collagen, kind of the more you get, the better, right? There's not really a max amount. And what we've got with the collagen bone broth is a different type of collagen somewhat. So collagen elixir, marine collagen type 1. Collagen bone broth is bovine from grass-fed cows, and it's type 3 for the most part. There is a little bit of type 1, because usually wherever you find type 1 collagen, there's going to be type 3 as well, a little bit. So bovine is type 3, but it also has some type 1 too. And type 3, if you think about the types of collagen, and I know we're making charts and whatnot to help educate around this. There's 3 main types of collagen in the body: type 1, type 2, type 3. Type 1, mainly found in your skin, layers of the skin, in all your tendons, whatnot, throughout the body. Type 2 is mainly found in your cartilage around your joints. Type 3, also found in your skin, but also found in your arteries and your internal organs. And if you think about why do I consume different types? It kind of the type you consume, think of it kind of as supporting the type where it's found in the body. So that's why type 1 has so many good skin benefits. Type 2 really is good for joints. Type 3, good for skin, but also maybe good for your gut health or, the other areas where type 3 is found. So with collagen bone broth, again, you're getting more type 3 than you are type 1. So it's really just expanding the benefits of the collagen. And also too, again, we're so good at making really yummy, tasty products that just fit into your daily lives. It's just a different way, a different taste profile to get it. So a sippable, warm, salty, savory product that, and then too, it does have more collagen, but mainly because marine, you can get by with using less. So marine, or the collagen elixir has 5, collagen bone broth has 8. And that's just because you need a little bit more of the bovine to get that benefit. And we put that in there. But also with the collagen bone broth, we did put in vitamin C, right? Because your body does need that vitamin C to make its own collagen. And then also we put in extra of the collagen specific amino acids that, your body, I mean, basically when we consume the collagen peptides, the body still breaks those down into the individual amino acids to then build its own. So in the collagen bone broth, we added in more of those amino acids just to make it even more of a, great collagen internal producing, booster. So great to have them both. I mean, it might come down, people might, it might be a taste preference or just lifestyle, whether one fits more than the other, but absolutely I would be incorporating them both into your lifestyle. And also it could help here too, because I know some people are going to be like, well, wait a minute, I have to have this every day, right? And then, they might, start doing the numbers and get kind of boggled down by that. But if you're incorporating the collagen bone broth, in addition to our amped repair does have not as much, it's got a gram and a lot of other good ingredients. But if you're using all of them, you don't maybe need to get so worried about, oh my gosh, I have to have my collagen elixir every day. It can be, having collagen elixir one day, but then I'm doing my cleanse days with the collagen bone broth, or I'm just having collagen bone broth on its own. I'm getting the repair, right? So again, it's a cumulative system approach rather than, oh, I have to have this one same product every day, each and every day. No, we're going to make it easy so that we're hitting you from, multiple angles.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know about you, but my plan is I'm going to have 2 a day. So 10 milligrams. I'm going to have the bone broth and I'm going to have the repair, which by the way, I think is the most underutilized product that we have. It is a gold standard. That repair is better than so many other things that I can't even, I don't know why everyone isn't using it. Bring on the collagen. So I'm up for 2 a day. Like Kathy Coover does 2 a day. I'm doing 2 a day. I'm having the bone broth and I'm having the repair. I want to be forever young. So yeah, you don't have to, Sarah, but bring it on, right, Lynn?
Well, it's about our ISA pantry. I go back to lifestyle again. We're not a one-hit wonder. I mean, this is about lifestyle. And for someone had asked in the chat about price. I don't have the Canadian price in front of me, but for a 10-count box, it's $39.99 and 27 BV. So if you think about starting someone, if they want just the basics and they want 1 a day, you get 3 boxes of the collagen elixir and then put in 1 box of the collagen bone broth so that they can kind of try that out. You're at the 100 BV. If you want to add in the shakes or the amp repair, you can do that as well. And just really, again, show them the ease, the variety, the lifestyle of Isogenics.
Yep. And I will say, for some people, they're like, oh, $4 a bottle. But I tell you what, go find a comparable product. It's like I said, I looked into high-end beauty brands that have somewhat products, did not have as much collagen, did not have the supportive ingredients, and they're charging more. So actually $4 a bottle is not a bad price.
And it's not $4 a bottle if you bring in your friends.
Heck yeah. But honestly, I thought it was going to be way more expensive. I almost thought it was a typo when they said that to us. I was like, no, because I was just thinking like a lot of the stuff on the market that, again, inferior. That's me saying that. That's not Sarah. You can get mad at me. It's inferior. Let's just go there. It's inferior, guys. It's inferior. But it's so much more expensive. And you have to do more of it, like Sarah said, to get even a little bit of a benefit, but it's lacking so much stuff. So I honestly thought it was a typo when it said $39.99, Lynn. I think Lynn told me, and I was like, wait, what? Like, how could it be that less? Because it's
when you do your research and you're comparing apples to apples, and that's just looking at the collagen, not everything else that's in there.
Oh, you know what? The other thing on a marketing level too, you guys, is that the beauty market has not failed during this pandemic. People, I don't care like what people say, but people do want to look good. They're working on it right now in their homes. Like the beauty business has not had as much of a hit as other businesses, which tells us that people really do care about the way they look, even though times are tough. I know that's crazy. It's like when people are buying the PS5 and our economy is crazy. People buy what they really want and they find a way. But as Lynn said, when you bring 2 people in and so on and so on and so on, hence our business model.
And think how simple this product is. I mean, the coaching that is required is twist off and plug it down. I mean, think about that, you guys. I mean, we are talking game changer in our business and the ease and simplicity. And think about the door. This may be the side door or the grand entrance beside the front door of what we've had in Isagenix before. But when they start seeing results, the results you can't get anywhere else, and results are there, we've heard it from all the people that have been using it, then they're going to want to know, what else does Isagenix have?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, of course it's not same, but I use the analogy. It's like a gateway drug, right? It's not a drug, not a drug, right? But yeah, it's the gateway to get you into the wonderful world of Isagenix and all that we have.
I love it. I love it. And you know what? The other thing too, oh wait, I forgot what I was going to say. Keep going. I was going to say something about that. Not the gateway drug. I love that. Keep going.
Well, you know, another thing too, I mean, let's talk about collagen elixir is going to be okay for cleanse days. We are going to add it to the cleanse day tracker. So, and I can't wait till everybody gets their hands on it, because that's when we really, you know, we need our real people using it, because then we can really come up with some cool protocols and whatnot. But I really do see some kind of fun collagen cleanse days, if you will, that maybe will even have a little reboot effect for people and doing cleanse days. Because if you think about it, I mean, even if you were to do, let's say you got the collagen elixir, but you're going to kind of save it for cleanse days. But if you're doing one cleanse day a week and you were having, you know, you were really using collagen elixir just with your Cleanse for Life, I mean, that's a really good dose of collagen, which I would say would still have a benefit. And then if you do that once a week, like, I would argue that you would probably get similar benefits than if you were just taking it every day. So there's going to be so many ways that we can, you know, mix it up, make it fun, and really, you know, help people make it their own.
Love it. So you're going to help us with that, with the education piece, the deliverables, because Collagen University is all about equipping people with confidence so that when we launch, we're ready to go and we feel really good about it. We have a working knowledge. So is that something that we're going to be doing, Sara? We're going to be delivering a lot of PDFs,
videos, images, like maybe share that with us before we get to the top of the hour.
Yep. No, we have a really good start with things. We've got the toolkit going. We've got our creative team has put together just beautiful, beautiful stuff. But we are still working on, you know, kind of even taking it to the next level of how we can make it stronger, how we can maybe add some, you know, supportive language, if you will, to equip people. Because yeah, I mean, to be honest, and this is why, I mean, I love working with you gals, and I love our business model, because it's not just people at corporate working by themselves, you know, to put a product on the shelf. We're working with you, who are our real sales stars. So working together, getting the ideas, listening, seeing what we need. I mean, I think with this one and going forward, we're really going to put out some strong supportive materials. So yes, we will.
Well, and in my experience, the greatest groundswells in network marketing in this space and momentum are created in the field, just in doing it. I mean, it's just such creative minds, you know, that are out there in the trenches. And you guys, it's just going to get better and better when you have a product that works, and it works so quickly and people see immediate results with lasting benefit, especially when you continue to use it. And people need money right now. I mean, again, it goes hand in hand. You know, we talked about recession proof. People wanting something that they can do from home. Maybe they've worked in an office and now they've been home for a while and they want to stay home. You know, whatever it happens to be, people are wanting to increase their bank account, you know, so live in a better body, live out of a bigger bank account. And this just helps to continue to tell that story in a very effective and very exciting and innovative way. Even though collagen itself isn't innovative, what we're doing as far as where it's manufactured, how it's manufactured, like you heard today, all of that makes us innovative.
Totally. Totally.
And we love that word, don't we, Kathy Savage? And hashtag no spoon.
No spoon, no bottle that's going to get filled up with gassy stuff that's going to be terrible. One and done. Swig it, finish it, be done with it.
Right. And save the hyaluronic.
I'm going to glow up.
Yeah, right. Save the hyaluronic acid for on the skin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, to be able to use a product like this that is so luxe and so premium, it's such a great price, but can also free your family financially, you guys. Just wrap your mind around that for just a second, and how this product can truly help you to build a wall of financial security around your family that nothing and no one can get through. And I'm just not even sleeping these days. I'm excited. Michael has to drag me out of my office these days.
Well, I love that you say that. And even though, yes, I'm a corporate nutritionist, but I have learned a thing or two about our business. And I tell you what, if I didn't work for corporate, I would absolutely sell our products, because if you think about sales and people who are in sales, like the dream is to have a product that you know so well that, you know, you don't even have to remember scripts or anything to sell it. And so with us, gosh, you have a product that you apply to yourself, you use yourself, like, you know, like it's just, that's a dream sales job, is to have such a product. So yeah, no, it really is. What a wonderful business opportunity, but then nutrition opportunity, right? So yeah, best of all worlds.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Sara, thank you so much. You guys are going to be hearing a lot more from Sara as we get, you know, really closer to launching and talking about sales and language. And we want to get really tight on IG stories and how you film it and buzzwords and things like that. So Sara, would it be all right if we invite you back a million more times?
Of course. Let's all take a break for Christmas, right? Let's all take a break for the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we're going to hit the ground and we're going to hit it.
Edit.
Listen,
load your bases, people. Load your bases.
I'm going to say this, unrelated to collagen real quick. After a 4-hour call with the platinums last night, for those of you who are aspiring to be a platinum, you really want to have that on your vision board. This company is going places that I never have seen before. And I'm not a big hype person at all. And last night, I was in awe of what is coming. And that's the difference between a startup and a company that's been there, done that, and has their feet planted in solid ground, you guys. This is the time to amp it up. And this is the beautiful additional product to make it just more solidified. So we're going some really cool places you guys are going to find out really soon if you're not a platinum, and it affects everyone. Everybody wins. So yeah, I'm not stopping. Santa's going to have to wait. Mama's working.
I like this comment. No breaks in the field.
Yeah, okay, fine. No breaks for Christmas. I mean, there's nothing much going on anyway. So
you just slow us down. And we know how big January is going to be, and how you guys, the best January you've ever had is to absolutely have the best December you've ever had. And people right now are struggling. You know, they're buying a lot of things right now. They're out there shopping. They're wondering how they're going to pay for it. And we have the answer. So yeah.
We're going to look fabulous.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Sara. Thanks, Lynn.
Thank you.